Hello all, it's all here, back with another rune guide video. Today's rune guide is going to be on Lushen, the Joker. We're going to go through his best runes, we're going to go through the best stones, and the best team-ups for Lushen. But before we jump into his attack, did you know that I've done nearly 30 plus rune guide videos already? Make sure you stick around after the video to go to the playlist and you can pick which one's your favourite ones you like. I'd also love you to give us a nice thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out any further rune guides. With that all being said, let's move on to his attack. So his attack is called Amputation Magic, and it attacks all enemies with a powerful card magic. This ignores the target's defense, so it hits all enemies on the field and it ignores defense. Let's move on to the runes for the early games. So in the early game, you want to be equipping Lushen with the Swift rune. This reduces his 6 mana cost down to a 5 mana cost, getting those move off as early as possible in the game can really give you a chance to counter or attack first with a powerful attack to put yourself in the advantage position. So early game is Swift. So let's move on to mid game. So now into the mid game where we've unlocked both sets of runes. I would be going for the Rage rune, which gives him 25% extra crit damage, and the Swift rune, again making sure his mana cost is down to 5. However, if you do have the green stone, which decreases mana cost by 1, I will probably switch that down to the Will rune, just so he has that immunity at the start of the game. So moving on to the late game runes. Now into the late game, just going to say before I go into them, the secondary runes or the second set of runes you want to keep from the mid game is either your Swift rune or your Will rune. So you want to keep those on your Lushen. Now the first option you want to go for is the Destroy rune. Now this takes off 50% of the damage you did to them off their max HP, so they can no longer be fully healed. Crit rate and crit damage on your substats for that one. So option 2 you can put on Lushen would be the Vampire rune. This gives him 25% of the damage he's done back as HP, and this one's really strong for Lushen, and this is just handy just to keep Lushen alive. Again, we want to be putting those crit rate, damage and substats on there. So they're the 2 late game runes. If there's any more, by all means drop a comment down below, and let's move on to stones. So now for Lushen stones, we're going to go through rarity order. So let's start off with the green stone. This decreases the mana cost by 1. Now this is a good stone to have early game because this knocks him down from a 6 mana cost monster to a 5 mana cost monster, making sure you can get him off a little bit earlier. So a good early game to equip, but definitely not the best one. Moving over to his purple stone then, increase amputation magic by 20%. Now if you're able to get this one, now this is a serious good one because he makes him hit much harder, an extra 20% attack damage. That's insane. So if you are managed to pull this one, this is definitely better than the mana cost by 1. Now for his legendary stone, it is a passive ability. If an enemy attacks you with a single target attack skill, instantly bursts out of the surprise box to stun the target. A cooldown does exist. Now I feel this is a good stone only if you have against single target attackers, and if you're against teams who attack the whole line like Beth, Faye, Tessarium, even another Lushen, this stone isn't activated. So if I'm going to be honest, it's not as good as the purple one. The purple one for me is the better stone to have because you just hit harder, and Lushen is just built as an absolute glass cannon. He attacks so hard, it's ridiculous. So my personal opinion, purple stone, if you get it, that's his best stone. Let us know down below if you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear. So let's move on to the best team ups. The first team up we're going to talk about is what I'm going to dedicate called the classic Now this is a classic Lushen team up, so we're going to involve Megan and Konomiya. And how the classic works out is that you start off with Megan, which gives you the 2 attack and extra speed. You hit with Lushen as he's got 2 attack. Then you have the green stone on Konomiya, which gives you +1 attack. To bring back Lushen, now he has attack 3, and you burn out Lushen again, hitting the enemy in 2 successions relatively quickly, and he has attack 3. So this is a classic move. It absolutely dominates, and if you're versing a weaker team, it will shred them very quickly. So that's the classic. The other one I'm going to call is the freezer. Now this will involve Alicia. So you use Alicia to get rid of all of the buffs and freezes the enemy. You wait until the tick comes down and they're actually frozen. Then you use Lushen, and that is guaranteed a critical hit on all enemies, at least for the first hit, because they are frozen. So making sure you have lots and lots of quick damage with that team would benefit yourselves highly. And the other ticky tack that I've got for you is using the spell Brand of Doomsday. Now you want to use Brand of Doomsday when someone is low on health. You stick it on them and you kill them, and they bring out branding 2 on everyone. Then you use your Lushen. Now branding 2 is useful because it gives you extra damage percentage rather than if you do defense down, which just lowers their attack. Branding is extremely useful for Lushen as his attack ignores defense, which is why this spell is a good pairing for Lushen as well. Now that is Lushen in a nutshell. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Give us a thumbs up if you have, because I would greatly appreciate that. Also comment down below whether you use Lushen, what other team ups have I missed out, or which ones do you use. Check us out over on our Discord, and check out this video, as this one will help you level up your Megan, and this will be part of the team that you need with Lushen. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.